Well, good morning. I don't have much of a plan for this video. Zero script, zero probably editing either. This is not a video that I thought I would be making this early on into my YouTube journey. By that I mean I have 3 videos and 0 audience. A video adjacent to this kind of style would be something I thought would happen much later on, but life things happen, and in a weird way, I feel like this is important to just document, make a video about, even if like a couple people get something out of this. I know that sounds corny, and a lot of YouTubers say that shit, but maybe I get it now. Maybe I get it. But regardless, uh, I'm not sure what I'll title this, but I lost my job today. I thought the way this would have happened would be I do this YouTube thing for a while, and then like for a year, and then I would make a video about that I quit my job and I'm doing this full time and how amazing I feel and how thankful I am of everybody. But I did that in reverse order by leaving this job and doing this video instead. Um, Due to legal reasons, I believe there's not much I can really go into detail about. But what is objectively true and what is publicly documented, I can say. And I'm not going to give up names or even the name of my company or where I work or whatever. It's not this. It's not this hat. This is a brewery that I've been to. It's not there. This is a completely different thing. But I'm just wearing the hat because I like it. What essentially happened in the most condensed form I can possibly give is that new owners came in, made a bunch of decisions that we all didn't agree with, that made a lot of changes, and because of that, it didn't work out for us. Today, I chose not to continue. I understand that this is their business, and they can do whatever they want with it, and I've made peace with that. And I'm not even really mad at it at this point. It is what it is. But anyways, the the issue, I can't go into that. I really can't. What is also objectively true is many layoffs, in my opinion, unrightful layoffs of the majority of the people I work with. Good people, great people, people I would trust with important things, like people that would do anything for you, and I would do anything for them. That's where it started. That's really where it started, and then things just changed from there. Again, it's their business. It's their choice. They had the opinion that this was the right choice. If it is or isn't, we'll find out in a couple years with this direction they're going. But today, I made the decision that it wasn't right for me to continue. It's tough. I can go in here and talk about all this like mental health stuff and go into detail about losing identity and things. I'm no expert. I just like to listen to psychology podcasts. I am not nearly qualified to talk about this stuff. But one thing I have heard from, I think his name's Dr. John Deloney. I got this from Dr. John Deloney, from his show, and he probably got it from someone else. But he mentioned this idea that losing a job is parts of your body that feel when you lose your job is similar to when you lose a loved one. I don't feel like that, but I do feel like I did lose a huge part of me. And by that, I mean that this job was literally my dream job. I moved here in this area beginning of this year. Today is beginning of November. I moved here in January, found this place, and fell in love, and met all these incredible people that I am friends with now, which is a good thing that came out of all of this. But I loved this job. I put everything into it. It was my passion. It was part of my identity. It was, I was so privileged to be a part of it. And then things had changed with the new owners. Again, fair, that's what they want to do, but I can't help but feel pretty devastated, to put it lightly. And there's been a pretty extensive grieving process to go with that. And even like the whole thing, the anger, the sadness, the depression, and then I've been going into acceptance for the last few days, I think. But yeah, there's a hole there now, and my job is now to refill that hole because I have to grieve properly, and whatever that looks like for me is whatever it looks like for me. Everyone grieves differently. And one thing my dad always says is that the sun's going to rise tomorrow. Life's going to continue on. To sit around and mope around about it doesn't do any help. So be sad about it and whatever you have to. But pick yourself up by the bootstrap, figure it out, and keep going. That's what I'm going to do. I already have applications in the world out there. And this YouTube thing has helped, even though I have no audience and no one's probably going to watch this, but it has helped. Just the idea that I have something I can focus my time in, focus my energy on, it's helped me out quite a bit. I resigned literally like an hour and a half ago, and I drove home, and on my mind most of the time was, what am I going to say in this video? Because I was genuinely excited to make this video, as tough as the subject matter is, but regardless, this is a tough thing. I've been through this before. I've lost, really good jobs before. I've seen, big, rich companies and people come in, make a bunch of decisions, and just all the people beforehand just either get laid off or can't take it anymore and go. This is not my first rodeo in that situation, unfortunately, and these businesses and these people with money just have so much power over the small folk, as I guess is what I would call us. But yeah, that is that. It's really, really difficult. God, yeah. As I was leaving, I drove around, just took a good look at the whole place, and just had a moment. It's kind of poetic in a way, because I won't go into more detail, but me and another person, a coworker, who somehow we were the last two left essentially. We made the decision to leave, and what was ironic is that on my first day there, that person was the one who worked with me and taught me a bunch of things. And I was like, damn, my first day is with you, and it ends with you. It's strangely poetic, and it's the arc. But I got home today, and I thought, damn, I'm just like in the same position I was at the beginning of this year, because when we moved here, I didn't have a job. I didn't know this place existed. I got real lucky to find it, but I was job searching like crazy. I was going to work at McDonald's, like nowhere was taking me. The job market in this particular area is kind of really bad. To the point where even like Wendy's was like, dude, we're good, we don't need you. But anyways, I got home today and I'm like, God, I'm right where I was, am I? But then I'm like, no, I'm not, because the amount of human growth that I've had from this job has been immense. And that is something that the people who have taken this company over cannot take from me, and they will not take this from me. And they will not take that from any of my friends / former coworkers either. We've built such an amazing community that isn't going away. It's going to stay strong, and good things will come over the future. We're all going to chart our own paths, keep in contact, and that'll be that. And we'll support each other in whatever we have to. But the immense growth that I have felt over this year has been insane, to say the least. I feel like a different person. I learned a lot about myself. I learned how to feel. I learned that I could feel like myself in a job. Almost every job I've had before this, I had to just put up this kind of a wall. People did not make me feel safe to be myself. They felt either that, or there's always some workplace politics, workplace drama going on that like just I repulse, and I just decide not to be part of. But this time around, there was pretty much none of that, and everyone was incredibly accepting of me, of who I was. This society tends to push away quiet, introverted people like myself, and I'm not here to, say boohoo me. Like, people don't want to talk to me. I get it. I sulk a lot. But when people make that effort to just ask me random questions about my life, or ask me like, if I could, if I could be a color, what color would I be on my first day? Like, just crazy shit like that. It means a lot to someone as myself. And it just kept getting better from there. I mean, there were many weeks, months at the beginning that it felt too good to be true. Like, this job was so good. I'm like, God, this is real. Like, this doesn't make any sense. Like, this is real. But, and when the layoffs started happening, I had said maybe this job was too good to be true. But no, it's not, because it was true. Like, it wasn't like some mythical thing that wasn't. No, it was a very true and real thing. And to continue on and say, nah, just push it off. It was too good to be true. Like, it didn't matter. Like, I don't want to, fall back into where I was when I worked jobs that I hated and didn't care about, and it genuinely made me depressed. I don't want to be that person no more. This job was real, and it has changed me, and it has changed this community, and that's the truth, and they can't take that from us. But anyways, thanks for if you did listen to this ranting, rambling video, I appreciate it, and I appreciate any words that I get from anybody, even if it's not from this video. But anyways, yeah, if this, keep your head up. Maybe But anyways, keep your head up if you've ever been through this, because I have now and before. The world's tough. The world's hard. A lot of people are losing their jobs at the moment with this economy, and that's that, man. I'll be back. I'll put my hat back on, as I already have, and keep going from there. More videos to come. Thank you.